Hi, my name is Monique Garrett, and I am an industrial engineer. You might ask, what is an industrial engineer? To many people, it means many different things. But to me, it means a person who is interested in reviewing processes, which includes the operators, equipment, material, and cost. I was inspired by my mother. She was the only one of 12 children to receive a college degree. I was motivated by my father because he instilled in me to get an education. Unfortunately for him, he was not able to do so and he barely finished high school. But he would tell me all the time, Monique, get all of the paper you can get, which translates to get all of the degrees that you can get. So I went after it. As a child and through high school, when I was younger, I was really good at math. Math and chemistry were my subjects. And I noticed that I like to teach. So growing up, I felt like I was going to become a math teacher. And so when I went to college, that was my major, math education. But the second week of college, I was introduced to engineering. I honestly had no idea that it existed. And so I went and I learned about it and I changed my major that week. And I just chose chemical engineering because I was good at chemistry in high school. So I thought, hey, we got chemistry, let's continue this thing. And so I chose that and I sat down with my counselor and we kind of went through, hey, this is what chemical engineers do. And I thought, wait, that's not exactly what I'm interested in doing with my life. And so we kind of went through all of the different disciplines because there are several to choose from. So we talked about electrical, I'm like, no. We talked about mechanical, no. Petroleum, no. Civil, that could be interesting. But we got to industrial engineering and it just spoke to me. And I thought, yes, that's the one. Because with my father, he was a labor worker. And I would go to his job and I'd see what he'd do just visiting him and think, man, there's got to be a better way to do that. He'd come home and his knees are sore, he's sore, his back is sore. He would pull doubles and triples and he did shift work. And I just thought, man, being an industrial engineer will allow me to help people like my dad in that type of position, working that type of job, which is necessary, but there are better ways to go about it. Then that's what I'd like to do. So let's say week 3, I became an industrial engineer and I stuck with it. Best believe there were many times where I wanted to give up. And the one time I remember was junior year. I thought, Monique, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be an industrial engineer. Is that something that you really want to do? And I had to think about it. I'm like, man, I don't have long to go. I'm almost done. Do I want to give up now? And the answer was no, I don't want to give up. I had to give myself a pep talk and say, hey, you want to do this for the rest of your life, so giving up now is not an option. You're right. It's definitely not an option. So I kept going, kept plowing forward, and I finished. I graduated, but for some reason I went for more. So I went to grad school and did another 2 years of it. So apparently I liked it a lot. Best decision of my life. I enjoy what I do. And my road to be an industrial engineer didn't start out as, hey, I'm going to be an industrial engineer. My first job when I was finished with college was validation engineer. One of my favorite things about being an industrial engineer is you can do so many things. So I started out as a validation engineer, and then I became a quality engineer, and then I was a quality supervisor, to now my actual title is industrial engineer. So there's a lot of different things out there that you can do with an industrial engineering degree. And that was one of the big motivators was, hey, industrial engineers work in aerospace. They work in manufacturing. They work here. They work there. And I'm like, well, shoot, I should be able to find a job. I can work just about anywhere. So I thought that was great. But, if I could go back in time and talk to my 17-year-old self, I'd say, Monique, take AP Physics. It will save your life come your first summer of college. For sure. Um, there are a lot of internships out there for IEs, short for industrial engineer. I know where I work at, we take a lot of industrial engineers. My group, of course, being a group of industrial engineers and continuous improvement analysts, we have industrial engineer interns, and then the operations group usually hires an industrial engineer intern. But they're needed, they're necessary. I mean, we have to get out there on the floor. I love this about my job. I go out on the floor, I have conversations with the operators, and I say, hey, what can I do to help you to make your job easier for you? And I review their processes. I try to eliminate one or more of the 8 wastes that are out there. Try to lean the process, make things better, make schedules for the ovens. I do capacity analysis, so I use a lot of math, some science, but a whole lot of math. So Excel is your friend. I use a lot of Excel to do a lot of things. Now, I know I do a lot of work, but I do have hobbies too. I mean, right now it's kind of surrounded by my 2 children, but I love basketball. I love softball, baseball. When I was in college, I did rowing. I love to run and work out. But on a funner note, I love to go to musicals and plays. Those are so much fun to me. And I love to go to movies. I love to spend time with my family and my friends. And that's one thing that's great about my job is the work-life balance. I mean, number one, my family is number one. And where I work and my boss, which is great to have a good boss that understands that, knows that my family comes first. And if his family comes first, then he can appreciate everybody else's family coming first. So I'm able to, hey, if I need to rush and get my child and take them somewhere, I can do that. But my family comes first, and then work comes second. One boss said it great. He's like, happy life at home, happy at work. So take care of your matters at home, take care of your life matters, because if those are good, you're good at work. Have a great day.